If you are heading to Japan, here are Japan's 10 commandments for tourists. Following these will help you remain respectful and not stick out. Simply put, don't be that tourist. So grab a pen, take note, subscribe to help me keep on making content, and let's start planning. Number 1, respect personal space. In Japan, personal space is highly valued, so try to avoid physical contact, especially with people you do not know very well. On public transport and in crowded places, maintain a quiet demeanor and try to keep a respectful distance from others if possible. The Japanese appreciate a calm and orderly environment, so loud conversations or any behavior that draws attention can be seen as disruptive. Even when you're excited, remember to express yourself in a subdued manner. Number 2, be punctual. Punctuality is the cornerstone of Japanese society. Being late is a no-no, even if it's for a few minutes. This applies to all aspects of life, from social gatherings to public transportation and business meetings. Trains and buses are known for their precision, and a 1-minute delay can often warrant an apology from the train company. And my advice here is to always plan to arrive a few minutes early. This habit respects your understanding and appreciation for local customs. Ultimately, not being punctual will likely affect you, as you shouldn't expect tours or time entry slots to wait for you if you are late. Number 3, follow public transport etiquette. Japanese public transport is quiet and efficient. When you're on a train or on a bus, keep your voice low and avoid talking on the phone. If you must take a call, wait until you're off the train. Ensure that your bags are not obstructing pathways or occupying an extra seat, and remember that priority seats are reserved for the elderly, disabled, pregnant women and those with small children. So be ready to offer your seats if needed. Cleanliness and consideration are key, so leave the area as you found it, and it's important to note that when riding the Shinkansen bullet train, these may actually have compartments for working and for making calls. Number 4, dispose of trash properly. Please put your litter in the bin. Please put your litter in the right bin. Japan is known for its clean streets, and this is largely due to strict waste disposal practices. You might be surprised to see that public trash bins are rare, so you should carry your trash with you until you find a proper place to dispose of it. And when you do, make sure that you separate it into the correct categories, such as burnable, non-burnable and recyclables. Following these guidelines helps maintain the country's cleanliness and shows respect for local efforts. If you're stuck and you're looking for a trash can, then train stations and convenience stores are great locations to dispose of cans and plastic bottles. Or you might even find that vending machines also have bins that can be used. But always remember that these will be for cans or bottles. When eating from food vendors, it's best to not walk and eat and return the wrappers to where you bought them. Number 5, observing bathing customs. Bathing in Japan can be a unique experience, especially if you're visiting an onsen, which is a hot spring, or a sento, which is a public bath. It's a ritualistic and communal activity, and I could make a whole video on this. But in a nutshell, before entering the communal bath, you must be fully naked and thoroughly wash and rinse your body at the provided wash areas. This is because you will be sharing water with others, and you want this to remain clean for everyone. Pay attention to any posted signs regarding behavior and tattoos, as some establishments may have restrictions on tattoos. Enter the bath quietly and enjoy the experience respectfully, avoiding splashing or loud conversations, and make sure that you don't place your hair in the shared water too. I love onsen. It's nearly an obsession for me. Many tourists shy away from this, but I highly recommend that you give it a go. And a good way to do this is to research for a private onsen, which would be a private room with a bath just for yourself or for anyone that you might want to share with. You might not know this, but when you book flights, hotels, tickets, and everything that you need on your lead up to your trip, your data can be used against you. The reality that a lot of us are not aware of is that there's a digital you out there. A profile that is made up of your personal information that is packaged and is sold to data brokers. And they could hold information such as your full name, email addresses, telephone numbers, date of birth, shopping habits, financial information, and a lot more. That data is out there and it's sold for marketing purposes, leading to spam email, unwanted phone calls, or even scammed into buying fake tickets or trips, thanks to your digital profile. And this is where Incog comes to the rescue, because you have the right to request that data brokers delete your personal information, and Incog can thankfully do this on your behalf. They search through these lists and find your digital profile and erase it. And they conduct repeated removal requests, which is what makes their annual subscription advantageous. It's been fascinating looking at the detailed dashboard, seeing those requests being sent out and suppressed, and knowing that they will no longer trade my information. Tourists can be targeted with scam trip sales, or when sharing travel plans or locations on social media. This can make you vulnerable to tracking and stalking. And Incog is there to minimize the amount of personal information there is online, leading to a decrease in spam and scam attempts and helping you remain private. So why not reassure yourself by clicking on the link on the video description or heading to www.incogni.com/ninjamonkey to get an exclusive 60% discount on Incog. And make sure to use the code NinjaMonkey. You'll keep yourself safe whilst at the same time support the channel. Once again, thanks so much to Incog for sponsoring this video. Arigatou gozaimasu. Number 6. Respect sacred sites. I think it's a no-brainer. Temples and shrines are not just tourist attractions. They are places of worship and cultural significance. When visiting, try to follow the local customs. When approaching the torii gate, always walk on one of its sides and not in the center, as this is kept for the deities or the kami. At the entrance, you'll often find a purification fountain where you should wash your hands and mouth. Inside, look for signs which might specifically state that you cannot take photos of certain areas and keep your voice low. Take a step back and observe how the locals do the rituals, such as bowing and clapping with respect, and try to follow them. These actions show your appreciation for the site's spiritual importance. Number 7. Mind your shoes. Removing shoes before entering certain indoor spaces is a deep-seated tradition in Japan. This happens when you visit homes or traditional inns such as ryokans. You may even find this at some restaurants and temples, castles and museums. As a rule of thumb, if you need to step up onto an area or go onto tatami mats, you'll need to remove your shoes. Often you'll be provided with indoor slippers or even a bag to carry them around museums or castles, or there might be a designated area or a shoe locker to store them. This is a great reminder that when traveling to Japan, you should aim to have shoes that are easy to put on and take off, and make an effort to have clean socks. For more packing advice, check out my packing video, it's pretty good. Number 8. Use polite language and gestures. Japan is famous for politeness. This is a fundamental part of Japanese culture. Learning basic phrases like arigato, which is thank you, and sumimasen, which is excuse me or sorry, and konnichiwa, which is hello, is easy and will help you in daily interactions. And if you want to expand your Japanese a little bit further, then check out my Japanese for Tourists video. It really is what you need. Bowing might not be second nature to many of us, but it's a common gesture of respect. A slight bow can convey gratitude or greetings, whilst a deeper bow signifies apology or deeper respect. Your effort to use polite language and gestures will be appreciated and reciprocated. Number 9. Respect queuing culture. In Japan, orderliness is highly valued. Queuing correctly is an important part of keeping things running smoothly for everyone. Whether you're waiting for a train, bus or service at a store, always join the end of the queue and wait patiently for your turn. Pushing or cutting in line is considered very rude. Even during rush hour, you'll find that people line up neatly. This practice ensures fairness and efficiency, and adhering to it shows your respect for social harmony. Don't be surprised to find service people whose job is to point out the end of the queue or to keep people in line. There might be times where you simply don't understand the need for a line, but believe me, just go with it. Number 10. Follow dining etiquette. Japan is a foodie's paradise, but dining in Japan comes with its own sets of rules. When using chopsticks, never point them at someone or stick them upright in a bowl of rice, or pass food directly from one pair of chopsticks to another, as this resembles a funeral rite. And if you want to show off, then you can say itadakimasu before eating. Itadakimasu! Slurping noodles is acceptable and actually encouraged, so don't be shy about making some noise when eating ramen or udon. And when trying to get the wait staff's attention, loudly say sumimasen! Sumimasen! Okay guys, by adhering to these 10 commandments, you'll not only navigate Japan more smoothly, but also show a deep respect for the rich culture that make this country so unique. Thanks for watching, stay positive, and be a happy gaijin. Bye!